Hi, these are my Shapton Kuromaku whetstones. These are new to me. I have ordered them from an abundance of positive feedback about them from you all, and so here we are. They are pretty cost effective for Japanese products. They get more expensive as the grits get higher, but 320, 1000, 5000 is like a basic three-step kit that seems to be sold pretty commonly together. I'll show you what they look like compared to some other stones. This is what they look like next to the Spyderco Medium stone. So that's the Spyderco Medium there. This is the Kuromaku Coarse, a 320. Bigger face on it. A little bit of extra thickness on there too, but not a huge amount. And then looking at it next to my Besta, these are my water stones. So you soak these ones. Bestas, these are a lot thicker, but generally speaking, about twice the price if I'm looking at current prices on these guys here. So yeah, just seems to be about right for the amount of materials. The price seems to be pretty good, and this is this is years and years of sharpening here, without a doubt. I've barely taken a couple of millimeters off my 10-year-old Besta stones there. So anyway, overall, yeah, pretty happy with the price. Also really happy with these little cases they come in. I really like that they can just be put away their own, and there's a level of like, you can just take them out and go rather than needing to set up like stone holders and things like that. I'll be working on them in this tray as my pond, so to speak, because it's a splash and go stone. So while it's not a water stone, it doesn't need to be soaked in anything. You do just put water along the surface of them to keep them moving, keep things moving along, and it's just kind of cool seeing it just roll off there for now. There is probably a slight layer of stuff on top, I reckon, so that will wear off. I'm going to do like a Pioneer sharpen, because that is just beating off there right now. I'm going to be doing like a pioneering sharpen, and then I'm going to work up my first proper knife I'm going to sharpen is going to be this Super Gold 2 Delica. It's my wife's Delica, very dull, needs a lot of love and TLC, so I'll be sharpening that, going 320, 1000, 5000, see how that works. These are not diamond stones, so they're not going to be as aggressive as like a diamond plate, but they should, they're been talked up to me a fair bit to be quite good at doing all stages and all steels as well. So we'll see about it, I suppose. Review period's definitely just starting out, so this is just more of a pioneering sharpen, and we will see what I feel about them. The first knife I'm going to use on them, I'm going to start off with, this guy's getting a redo anyway. I'm going to get this Creeley bushcraft knife, and I'm just going to be doing some surface sharpening, some surface grinding on that Scandi edge. I feel like that's going to get the stones worn in as best as possible. So let's do that first, and then we'll move on to this Delica. So it's Magna Cut here, and then moving really down to Super Gold? Yeah, Super Gold Laminate Sus 10, Sus 410. Let's do it. Feeling pretty good. I'm just going to color in the Sharpie now and to see if I can do some actual edge working on it. I actually always find Scandi the more difficult grind to sharpen, which is, you know, going in the face of just the common sort of group speak and group think that goes on. But Scandi, I find your errors are wrought large upon the giant bevel that it is. So for beginners, can teach the technique, but to get a good result, quite tricky. So I've colored in both sides there. Let's see if I can see what my strokes are looking like. Oh yeah, doing pretty good. It's just that tip again. I always go too high on the tip. Really subtle movement on the tip is needed. Barely even lifting. Getting there, just they're still lifting up a little bit higher, a little bit lower rather, and just being less scared, being a brave boy. You see, pretty much doing the whole edge, which is nice, just a little bit more work on the tip. A little bit more work on the tip there. Going to sit up a little bit. Always better to go downwards rather than from the front. Now I've got a bit of a roll going. I don't mind as much being seen. Ooh, the slightest of burrs coming over the top there, but needs a little bit more work. Quite enjoying this. I might just keep on sharpening this knife. Do the Spyderco next time. Stone really feels good and positive. A little bit more of a splash. Try it this way for a second. Just still figuring it out. Pretty decent burr all the way along. It's a good smooth coverage of the scandy edge there. Overall, I'm liking it. Gonna have to sort something out for a more permanent base. I'll figure that out in due course, don't you worry. Yep, nice little burr coming over the other side. Just as the prophecies foretold. And I gotta say, I like that the blue, I'm thinking, I'm in two minds, right? It's harder to see like your patterns, like that you're leaving, your trails on the stone, but it's also kind of cool that it's blue. So one legitimate criticism and one, opinion-based nonsense thing. So what are we looking at here? I'm actually just reassessing. I've not gone all the way to the edge, just there by the looks. So bring it back a little bit this way. Just dig in just a little bit. Possibly some slight convex going on. Okay, I feel like somewhat arbitrarily and from somewhat of an informed standpoint that I'm ready to move on. Just a tiny little bit there, didn't get, not on the edge, just on the surface. Me being stuffy about it. Okay, so that was a bit muddier than I was expecting, but certainly felt nice and earthy sort of feeling. It's the first word that came into my mind. I'm not sure if I sound like a wine critic. We're just saying words that don't really mean much, but that's how it felt straight away. It felt like a proper stone, and I'm sure these are entirely manufactured, which was nice feeling stone. Definitely rate it. We'll see what kind of results I get. And remembering this is my first time using them, and frankly, I'm already not the best at this. Like, I'm just starting out myself, right? So let's move on to the 1000 and see what we can make of that pretty cloudy looking edge there. Just kind of wearing this top off first. Okay, so there's like seems to be like a bit of a sealy layer of some sort. So just work that away. Also doing a little bit of sharpening, I'm sure. Cool. Well, this guy's definitely cutting. Lots of steel on the surface there, so it's good. I was worried this Magna Cut might be, I mean, I know it's not crazy hard Magna Cut or anything, but I was thinking, is this going to be the upper echelon? But it seems to be going, the series of stone seems to be going quite well. Cool. Just going to color in my edge just so I can do a bit better of a precise job. But yeah, looking pretty nice. Getting most of it off. Again, just got to stop chickening out near the tip, but generally I'm getting much happier with my little handle raise technique. Some people say you must never move your wrist and you just keep your wrist stiff and just only raise your elbow, but I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm doing it like in a repetitive way, so I guess that's fine. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's absolutely not fine. I'm sure someone's very upset and offended, and they're probably letting me know in the comments right now, but I guess the end result, as always, is knife sharp though. Just down this end, down at the beginning of the blade. Maybe I'm just not staying on the stone enough, so just a few direct back and forwards. Just to get that there. Yeah, it's probably a me problem from the last time I sharpened it. Actually better this way, interestingly enough. Bits of burn, it's promising. I'm actually feeling I'm in a really zen state. I probably could have stopped a while ago, but I'm just really enjoying this. I don't think I'm doing too much damage to the knife by overdoing it a little bit. So do a few finishing passes. I am excited to move on to the 5000 and see what that does to that edge. Okay, that'll do me. That'll do me. Very Moorish. Very Moorish. I get it. I get it more and more what the big deal is, what everyone's going on about. I must admit, I get it. Alrighty, Mr. 5000, look at you. All pink-like, huh? Where do we want to sit for this one? Hey, right there. How's that? Good angle for some. What about there? Splash. Oh yeah, very smooth stone. Not doing much cutting at all. Feels very, very slim and swishy. Just wear any of the top surface off. It's there. There was definitely something that water was making like artificially round beads on there. But I'm sure it's just a manufacturing effect or something. Very nice, just going to colour it in, not get too cocky, not so confident I don't feel like I need to colour. Oh, I can see my reflection. Promising. Just gonna get on that tip. Just got to stop chickening out right on the tips. Okay, I think I have made my shoulder a little bit sore at the very least. But yeah, I think I'm done sharpening. Like I've had enough. I think I could go on for longer and maybe shine it up a little bit more. But let's just see after a little stroppy strop how this Magna Cut Bushcrafter looks. It's already looking shiny. Like there is like a definite shine to it. It's just got to bring it out on a strop perhaps. So we'll go the shiny side of my Beavercraft strop. Just try it on my arm first. And just some light stropping. Make sure I get the whole edge. So again, I feel like I really need to stress. I know I'm not an expert level freehand sharpener, but I feel like I've had a good time doing this, and I feel like the knife is definitely going to be a lot sharper than it was when I started, and also with a very nice looking edge. So that was just my goal here, just to trial run of these new Shapton stones. See how good the potential is, because you know, if I'm doing it right in the first go, imagine in 6 months' time how good these edges will be, you know? Okay, well, I can definitely see my teeth in the blade's reflection. Hit it with a bit of WD-40, give it a bit of a soft cloth, and see if I can show you. How good I did. Jumper sleeve, you'll do. Alrighty, total sharpening time was about probably 40 minutes or something. I definitely dallied around on the stones. Probably the first stone I did more of that than I needed to. And I mean, geez, the polish isn't important, but very sharp. That's quite nice. A polish isn't the most important thing for an edge, but I could have got one if I'd spent a little bit longer on the second and third stones, perhaps. Probably do a little bit more steel removal than was needed. Yeah, it's very, very nice. Very nice edge. Yeah, quite polished. Probably, my usual levels of polish. I'm a hard man to please with polish, but it's a bit of a cloudy mirror still. But yeah, overall, it's a very sharp knife, and I guess that is the true test of this. And I quite enjoyed that little process. I found that quite cathartic and pleasant enough to do. So, looking forward to putting some more stones in between the others. So I think I've got the glass 2000 and I think even like an 8000 finishing stone coming. And then I might even be looking towards like a 5 or an 800 or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I go. Obviously, I'm not going to spend my entire life savings on stones all at once. So, but right now, really happy with that 3 as a setup and looking forward to using it a little bit more. See you in the next video. Goodbye.